What's going on? We're back for another one. What are we doing today? That's a great question. Um, Tell you what, we're gonna throw the front end together because I've been waiting for a tool off of Amazon because I'm CEO of buying Amazon tools. This is a neck bearing brace remover tool. And then while we're at it, I didn't want to buy the gym's tool to press those new ones in, so we're going to make our own with some stuff that we have kind of lying around. So we're going to press some new bearings in the neck tube. We're going to finalize that, put the fucking tubes in, maybe mount the fender on there, start kind of looking at that. That way we can also start setting up our Street Syndicate V4 mount for the 5-inch up kind of modular mount that they have and mount our LNS bearing, which also will allow us to finish the wiring up. I'm going to do a whole wiring video because it may or may not work. I don't know. And then maybe I'll post a video. Maybe you'll have a solution for me or something if I'm running into an issue. Anyways, that should sum up today. So we're going to get these races out here. And there's a little lip on the edge there. Some people can hammer them out with a chisel. Not me. I tried. So this thing's got a little bit of a raised lip. Goes inside there, squeezes over, and then we beat the hell out of it with a hammer. Then we gotta repeat the process for underneath. So wish me luck. So I don't know, man. It just, to me, there's like nothing to catch on in there. And not enough room for this to squeeze in between there. But hey, I've been wrong before. So like, I have a lot of people be like, "Ah, yeah, dude, I want to build a custom bike," and I go, "Fuck yeah, dude, do it. I want you to do that. It's so much fun." But a lot of the things are like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this part and it's gonna fit." Sometimes it fits, sometimes it doesn't fit, and you gotta make it fit. That's a big part of bike building, which is the fun part, if you ask me. But other stuff is buying a tool to do a job, right? You're like, "Fuck yeah, bought the tool. It's gonna work. Nice." Not always, okay? So this is a bearing race remover tool for neck tubes. It's made for this. Granted, it's off Amazon, so whatever. But this is about 5/32 thick on this little lip here. Inside the groove here for that tool to slide in and in there, 1/8. We're gonna modify this tool. I'm just gonna take a grinder and I'm gonna shave about a 30-second off of that, maybe even a little bit more so it clicks in. I'm gonna beat it out of there because I can't get it in there. There's no raised lip. You would think that there should be a raised lip. There is not. So she's in the groove. It fits. Will it break? I have no idea. But we're gonna try it. Yo, it's working! Let's go! That could have scratched some stuff, I'm telling you right now. Look at this little bad boy right there. She's out. We didn't hit the frame. It was close, let me tell you. But anyways, cleared, got it out. Super stoked on that. Now I'm going to do the other one. I had to shave it even more. So this thing is holding on by like a 16th, dude. I don't think I'll ever be able to reuse this tool. We're just going to pray that this works, all right? Because if it doesn't, I got to order another one from Amazon because I just destroyed this tool. Heyo! I'm sure you've seen these fancy bearing race press tool things. A little piece of threaded rod. I'm going to slap a double nut on there like this. Boom. Nice, right? Slap a washer. Boom. I have the presses for my press or whatever. These are for like removing bearings, putting seals in and shit. Anyways, look at that. Tapered, perfect fit. Gonna slap that in there like that, and that's gonna press that race in, because on the top through the neck I'm gonna put a way bigger one, and then we're gonna fucking reef down on that. Like I said, you know, it's looking like it's gonna work. I started just by putting that race in, just tapping it in lightly just to kind of get it started into where I wanted to go. I'm gonna try this out, see if my little tool works. Look at that. Works. You think I could throw the impact on it? You think that would go well? Cool. That's in there. And the way you'll know it's all the way in there is that
because of the way it is.
It has a little collar of a seat that it sits on. You wouldn't think, but it's engineered properly. Crazy. Listen, this is a mess. All right, we're not going to talk about the mess. I don't know. Maybe you don't know this. I'm not like teaching you anything, but it's a nice thing to know that I didn't always know. But with these like Timken style bearings, sometimes you'll get this little washer. Anyways, make sure that it doesn't squish onto the actual bearings, and that when you have it like fully compressed in, everything still spins freely. Because if not, then your neck's not going to turn right. You're going to have a little wobble in there, and you're going to be like, what the hell's going on in there? And if I was a big smart guy, I would have packed this bearing full of grease before I pressed it on. But I'm not, so back in. Like that, a little ASMR. It's the best way I've seen to pack them. And then, you know, I usually load them up in there. That one's going to be ready to go. I'm just mounting these tubes in right now. I like to put them flush to the top on both sides. That way I know they're even. I think there's an actual spec for that. I'm going to research that later and probably maybe go according to that, or make sure that what I'm doing is right. I figure if they're evenly at the same height, then they should be good to go, right? Clamp force, there's a torque spec for that, obviously. There's a torque spec for the center nut, but I'm going to wait till the tire's on, and I'm going to try to do the swing test and just have that kind of so it tracks right. I don't want to reef down on this a little bit too much. I'm going to learn how to do that. So for now, I don't have this cranked down tight. I don't have that finally adjusted. So don't want you to think that I'm just going to go ripping with that like that. I will deal with it. This is my my little advice. If you can swing it, I get that not everybody can swing it, but if you're thinking about buying one of these lift tables, just do it. They're to change your whole bike building experience, man. I did it off the wooden blocks for years. This is way better. This is so much nicer. And I got this on sale for 450 bucks, you know? Not bad. This is starting to look real good. If you didn't tune in before, these are just sandblasted with a clear coat powder coat over top, so they're kind of like raw aluminum. But man, that looks good. I got the little fork caps, the adjustable preload, matches the Öhlins in the rear. This thing is starting to look like a bike. Through the bars on there, it's starting to look like a bike, you know? I'm pretty stoked on it. It's getting there. It's motivating. So I was going to do it tonight, but I'm kind of running out of time. I know it's not like a crazy good video or anything because I'm not really doing much. But we are going to be putting that Street Syndicate V4 mount on. And that's going to mount that fairing right about there. And I think that's going to look pretty rad. So, a little sneak peek for you. A little something to look at. Upgrading the axle adjusters in the back. They have a nice little billet aluminum plate with the adjuster with a nylock. Fills the void in there a lot. This is the OEM. and this is the upgraded. So as you can see, you're not going to be squishing that down nearly as much. So I think that's a solid upgrade. Plus, when you look at it on the end, that looks so much nicer. And who doesn't like something that looks way nicer? That's it, you know. I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm tired. You know, I work hard. I'm a little hard-working boy, and you know, you get it. You guys probably work hard too. So thanks for tuning in for this one. I'm sorry it wasn't much. You know, just throwing some stuff together. Sometimes building a motorcycle is not that interesting, and that's okay. I think the next one's gonna be pretty interesting. I think we're gonna probably assemble that V4 mount. I know there's not a whole lot of assembly videos of that out there, and I'm sure it's not very hard, but you can watch me put it together. I hope you're having a good one. Say something nice, comment, do a little whatever. Maybe you got some questions about some ideas that I'm running through my head. I like talking about stuff. Not a whole lot of people around here have FXRs. I'm kind of like a solo guy, definitely in the Ventura style looking stuff. So, you know, get at me, start yapping. Let's do that. I don't know. Maybe we start a group chat. That could be fun. A little FXR group chat. Anyways, you know how it is. Tell your friends, tell your family. Scream at someone on the bus. You don't even need to scream about the video, you know? You just scream at them. Fuck it. Tell your mom I said hi. And see you in the next one.